Hey guys, welcome back to another Cook With Me Wednesday. Today I am trying something new and I wanted to share it. Hopefully it'll turn out, but it is this really simple recipe for artisan bread that I found on Pinterest. I will have the link. Also, I'll write out the directions in the description box and I'm gonna tell you everything as we go along here. But it is 8:30 at night. I'm gonna go ahead and mix up the dough because it needs to rise for 8 to 24 hours. So I'm just gonna let it rise overnight. And then I'll be back in the morning to pop it in the oven and do the rest of the stuff. So this is everything you need. I have my mixing bowl, I have a mixing spoon, the measuring cup and spoons that I need. These are the only ingredients. So you need 3 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of yeast. So I just picked up this packet because, you know, just in case this bread does turn out, I'll make some more and just freeze it. And then 1.5 cups of warm water. This is what I'm going to use to bake it, a Dutch oven. The recipe does say that you can use a crock pot. You are cooking it in the oven though. So they say that you can use the bowl that comes in your crock pot. But she did get a couple complaints that there's people who did that, theirs cracked. So I'm just gonna stay safe and use a Dutch oven. So what I'm going to do right now is in this bowl, I'm gonna stir the flour, salt, yeast, and water, and then I'm gonna come back and show you guys and then let you know what the next step is. I mixed everything together. Here it is in my bowl. Does anybody else make a mess when they're dealing with flour? I made such a mess. So I've got a little bit of cleanup to do. But now all I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it with my plastic wrap and let it sit overnight, and then I'll come back to it in the morning and finish it up. Just a little tip on the yeast. I just wanted to share what I'm gonna be doing because this is a bigger packet than what I needed. And I went ahead and bought like the 3-pack. I didn't even look to see if they sell just 1 single pack, but what I did, because I only needed half a teaspoon and there's still a lot left, is I just put what was in this package in a little snack baggie and I wrote what it was and then when it expires. That way I know what it is sitting it when I set it in my little spice cabinet. So just wanted to share that, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this wrapped up and then I will be back in the morning to finish up what I need to do and get it in the oven and cook it. Okay, it is the morning and I did get a baking pan out and I covered it in flour because what I'm gonna do next is it said to roll this or, you know, put this on a well-floured surface and form into a ball. So this is how it rose overnight. Got pretty big, almost the full bowl size. So I'm gonna put this on here. I'm gonna form it into a ball and then I will be back. Okay, I've got the dough out. I formed it into a ball as best as I could. Now it says to let this rest for 30 minutes. Now while this is resting, I'm gonna go ahead and turn my oven on to 450 degrees. That was too high, 450. And while it's preheating, I'm gonna go ahead and put my Dutch oven in the oven. Oh, I forgot to press start. There we go. So while it's preheating, I'm gonna put this in the oven and then in 30 minutes, I will be back to show you guys the next step. All right, 30-minute timer went off. The oven is preheated. I slashed an X in the top of my bread. Now I'm going to put it in the Dutch oven, I'm gonna put the top on and set the timer for 30 minutes. And then there is going to be, I think, 1 or 2 more steps. So I will be back in 30 minutes. 30 minutes is up. Now, let's uncover it. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Yay. So now I'm gonna stick it back in the oven and cook it uncovered for 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm gonna set my timer for 10 minutes, check on it, see if I need to cook it a little bit longer. It just says to cook at least 10 minutes, maybe 15, depending on like how brown it gets, until it's lightly browned all over. I can definitely tell that it's not cooked all the way through. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but I can see that it's still a little doughy right there in the middle. So I'm gonna get this back in the oven for at least 10 more minutes and then I will show you guys what it looks like when it's all done. But so far, that looks good and my house smells like a fresh bakery. It's delicious. So I did end up leaving it in for 15 minutes and now it's nicely browned all the way around. I feel like if I would have left it in any longer, this would have started to burn. So I'm gonna leave you guys one more time because I am gonna let it cool off. The directions say to let it cool completely before you cut into it. So I'm gonna let it cool off and then I will be back and cut into it just to make sure that it did cook all the way through, and I'm curious to see what it looks like. But again, it smells really, really good. Okay, you guys, it is done. Now, I didn't let it cool completely. It still is a little bit warm, but that's because I wanted a piece while it was still a little bit warm. So I had the end piece right here and it was so good. And then I cut off another piece. That way I could show you how it baked, and it turned out perfect. Definitely going to be making some more of this. You guys saw the flour that I used was organic from H-E-B. I also have some whole wheat flour, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and make another loaf of whole wheat bread and just use that for sandwiches or with butter and jelly in the morning. I am super excited to have found a bread recipe that is super easy. Obviously it is time consuming, but it's a really easy recipe. So if you guys love fresh baked goodies, give this video a big thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around. Every single Wednesday is a cook with me. I do post daily. It's not all about cooking. Check out some of my videos. I'll leave yesterday's posted in the corner, and I will see you guys tomorrow with something new. Bye guys.